Hey guys, Awesome Guy K here, and today I thought I'd do something fun, which is go back and reread my crappy work on Wattpad. But before I do that, I want to show you that I'm not a crappy writer anymore. At least I don't think so. And most other people that I've seen comment on this don't seem to think I'm that bad anymore either. So before we dive into something cringy that I've been trying to avoid for the past year or so because I can't stand it, I'm just gonna read something that's actually good first. So, yeah, this is from my latest, the second book of a series that I've been doing, which is called Withermoo, which is based on, the whole Team Crafted stuff. So, I'm just gonna read it. It's chapter 6.5, which I don't know when I'm going to update it, but I'm trying. It's called 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, it's nobody's point of view. It started as a curse, a wretched evil created by the depths of hell. It started as a curse and split into 3. Unfortunate, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Funny, it's the cliche number 3. It's always 3. 2 boys, 1 girl, centuries ago. These stories have all been forgotten by now, but the truth still lingers within the victims. We, all seem to have what the curses wanted: a pure white soul, a golden heart, and a clear mind. Curse 029 went for the girl with the pure white soul, Wendy. Curse 146 went for the boy with the clear mind, Ethan. Curse 003 went for the boy with the golden heart, Stephen. We, were only in 5th grade. The curses entered each child at the same time, creating a blast that separated them, us. Wendy came back home with black vein-like spirals slowly creeping up her body. She was shut out, even by her own parents, left at the edge of the village to decay. Ethan stumbled into his village with scales and snake eyes. His body felt like it was melting away, and each step he took made a cracking sound. The villagers chased him out into the forest, where he was left to be consumed by animals. Stephen made his way back home to his brother. Everything seemingly normal until eye contact. His eyes were a soulless white, and electricity began to circulate around him. His parents went to shut him out as well, but his brother wanted to help. He was too late, though. The hatred that the parents gave off caused a massive explosion, seeming to eat the whole family alive. By the time the sun rose, Wendy's body had been covered in veins. None of her skin remained uncolored. Supposed to say uncovered. Her blonde hair turned black, and if one were to look into her eyes, they'd be a dull yet glowing white. By the time the sun rose, Ethan's body was left encased in scales. A tail had sprouted from behind, and wings had grown from his back. If one were to look into his eyes, the presence of a dragon could be sensed. By the time the sun rose, Stephen had killed his whole family, with the exception of his brother. His body was covered in electric burns, and if one were to look into his eyes, uneasiness would flood the air, and his white eyes would be locked onto an invisible source. By the time that nighttime hit, these bodies would disappear. 7 years later. I like the number 7 because it's common in fairy tale, which is my favorite anime. Yay! Sorry. Wendy, Ethan, and Stephen appeared once more, each looking extremely different. Wendy grew her coal-black hair beyond her feet, and her skin was paler than sand. Her eyes held no mercy for those who betrayed her, and shone with eternal anger. An army of mobs that were thought to be mythical stood by her side, consisting of pig in the form of humans, skeletons who were fueled by pure black hatred, and flying golden creatures protected by fiery bars and shot fire at all enemies. Ethan's eyes had turned black, with tiny purple slits that pierced the soul of whomever looked into them. Sorry, my cat's really weird. His scales were a mix of mostly black and some purple. Each scale shone from the moon's light and radiated substance that brought fear to all around. 2 silver horns had grown from his head, each one sharp enough to pierce through the titanium without difficulty. An army of unknown creatures followed him, purple particles radiating from their unusually tall and slim bodies. When looked at, they'd teleport and attack whomever looked at them from behind. Stephen's eyes glowed and radiated with hatred, anger, and pain. All of the overworld mob seemed to bow down to Stephen, seeing them as their hero. Stephen held a diamond pickaxe with electricity radiating around it. The power that flowed within his veins seemed godlike, and his brother knew very well. War broke out between the normal and the cursed. While Stephen was completely willing to erase his brother, the feeling didn't seem to be mutual. It's a sad story, isn't it? Well, it's also not the full story. However, you do not have the privilege to know the rest of the story yet. In due time, you'll find out. But until then, be patient and still. Yeah. So, that's an example of something good. Or I hope good, at least. Tell me it's good, please. And something that's bad... Hang on, let me just find it. Something that's bad is something like this, which is called The Start. It's the start of the book, and I did this a total of 3 times. They all suck. The first time I didn't try enough. Second time I tried way too hard. Well, no, the third time, because the second time was just me editing. Anyway. So, yeah. Don't hold me to what I said. I said this is just the start of the story, and I will try to update every few days or so. So just be patient with me and we can start. Look at that. There's no capitalization for the I, and there's no correct punctuation except for the exclamation mark. Author's note from the future. If you want to see a less crabby version of this chapter, skip down to where you find more bold letters. You can read both if you feel that is necessary. Yeah, it's not any less crappier. I mean, just a little bit, but not that much. So I'm dreading this. Ty's point of view. Ty, are you awake yet? Asked the Sky Army Commander, also known as the famous Sky Does Minecraft. Yes, I'm awake, which is true, but I was not up for what was coming next. We had been training to go to the end, and it was the day. It was only Jason, Adam, and I going while the others trained to keep the Sky Army base protected from any squids trying to come. I walked downstairs to find that Mitch and Jerome were down there already. Jason looked up at me and smiled. Adam wasn't there yet. Hey, Ty. Hey, where's Adam? Looking for some gold. It's butter, said a voice from upstairs that was most likely Adam's. Adam came down in his butter armor. I'm ready, he announced. Do we have to go? I asked. Yes, silly. No comma, just yes, silly, said Jason. Okay, let's go, said Adam as he went down the stairs to the portal. I glanced over at Mitch, who was secretly holding a cooked fish. It used to say raw. It used to say raw fish because I was dumb and I was like, oh, Jerome's here, raw fish. No, it's cooked fish, my bad. He looked over at me and winked. I gave him a little smirk. Hey, Bigums, he said. Yeah, replied Jerome. This, he said, throwing it at Jerome, who jumped back. Dude, get it away, he said. Mitch picked it up and began chasing him around with it. Stop, Jerome yelled. As they were running, they crashed into Ian and Quentin, which I spelled his name wrong, the entire book. They fell and fish landed on Jerome's head, who screamed like a girl. We all get a good laugh. That's a common error for me. I always rotate between past tense and present tense. We should really get going, said Jason once the laughter stopped, looking over at Jerome, who was slapping Mitch with the fish not too hard. The word lightly would have worked. Just saying. Are you guys coming? Said Adam, who was tapping his foot impatiently. Oh yeah, replied Jason. I'll see you guys later, I said. They waved goodbye as Jason and I walked down the stairs following Adam. When we reached the portal, Adam didn't hesitate and jumped in right away, giving off some purplish dust and sparkles. Jason gave a little smirk that I could see from under his helmet and jumped in. Purplish dust and sparkles go off from his jump too. I hesitate. Should I go in with them, or should I stay back here? I decide I should go in and help them, so I jump in the portal. I start seeing tiny spots of purple. This is normal. Adam and Jason probably saw these too. As I entered the portal, I began to see the end come into view, so I prepared for a landing. When I landed on the obsidian, I looked up to see Jason and Adam had already started the battle with the Ender Dragon. I leapt up, pulled out my bow and some arrows, and prepare for battle. No turning back now. So another bad thing is those two thoughts of should I go in with them and this is normal. The words didn't have italicized. They weren't italicized. They weren't in italics. So you couldn't tell if it was just him thinking to himself. So, and then I did this. It's like, oh yes, I did just leave this on a cliffhanger. This is only no, that's not a cliffhanger. No, please. 6th grade me, stop. This is only the first chapter. Not all chapters will be left off on a cliffhanger or be this short. Just think of this as the first chapter to one of the most famous books in history, even though it isn't, because I am a bad author and most likely don't make good books. I will be reading comments left by you guys, and if you want to recommend what could happen next, do so. You might even be lucky, and I'll put your idea in my book. I also need a name. I also need a name for you guys. I don't really just want to call you guys my fans, so leave that in the comments as well. This is Awesome KK signing off. Another chapter, edited twice now. Get ready for the 3rd time. So, long story short, I always saw people calling, like the fan bases of people calling themselves certain things. Like Markiplier, there's Markiplites. For Dan and Phil, there is fans, spelled Phans. For Sky, there's recruits, or was recruits. And I was like, I should do that. And other people did it on Wattpad too. So eventually, I actually came up with the idea of my Kit Kat parade, which I now say at the end of my outro, but whatever. See, this is why I tried too hard. I tried too hard here, and it ended up even worse. Well, not even worse, but there are some improved parts, but still bad. The comforting familiarity. See, even it's just. Never mind. The comforting familiarity of my pillow and soft bed was disturbed by a loud voice. Hey Ty, are you up yet? The leader of the Sky Army, also known as the one and only Sky Does Minecraft, called out to me. I sighed, sitting up before yawning. Yeah, I'm awake. I grabbed my green headsets that were laying on a stand next to me like a nightstand, before adjusting them on my head. I was awake, but not ready for what the day had in store for us. Adam, Jason, and I had been training to set foot in the end, and today was the day that we'd put ourselves to the test. While the 3 of us would go out, the others would keep training to keep the team-crafted base protected. When I was done getting ready, I walked downstairs to find Jason, Mitch, and Jerome, but no Adam. Well, good morning, Ty, Jason said cheerfully. I smiled. Hey, Jason, do you know where Adam went by any chance? I asked. Yeah, he went upstairs to get some armor. Not sure what the substance is, but he said something like gold? There was a shout from upstairs that could only belong to one voice. It's called butter! Jason snickered when he heard Adam calling from upstairs. Whoops, my bad. Even under his helmet, I knew Jason was grinning. And there's something in my eye. I smiled a bit before hearing a noise behind me and turning around. It was just Adam in his armor. Alright, if you guys are ready, I'm ready, he announced. I shrunk down a bit. I shrunk down and a bit. That's a typo. Do we have to go, I asked. Ever since we started training, I'd get this bad gut feeling. Every day grew a small amount, and today it was nauseating. Yeah, we can't just put this training to no use, can we? Yeah, I guess not. Am I still recording? Yeah, I'm okay. Just checking. Yeah, I guess not. You guys get your gear. I'll wait downstairs by the portal. Sound good to you, Adam asked? We nodded, and he headed down. By the way, in the first time I made this, I made Adam, look like a complete jerk. He just comes back and was like, are you guys coming, or whatever? So I was like, that doesn't seem right. So I edited it. My cat. I'll go up and get our armor. Jason walked up the stairs. I looked over at Mitch, who secretly held a cooked fish. When he saw me looking, he grinned. I grinned back. Hey, Bigums, he called at Drum. Yeah, Mitch. Drum looked over unsuspectfully. Mitch leapt at Jerome with the cooked fish, and Jerome threw himself out of the way. What the? Feed the wild baka! I spelled baka wrong. Mitch jumped off the couch and ran at him. Mitch, no! Get that vile creature away from me! Jerome picked himself up off the ground and started running. I saw Ian and Quentin walking down the stairs, and Jerome crashed into them, causing the four of them to fall to the ground. The cooked fish fell on top of Jerome's head, and he began screaming. That brought Jason out with 2 sets of armor to check what happened. What's going on? Are you guys, He tripped on a stair and tumbled down with the armor. The armor pretty much covered me, and then Jason landed on top of that. I heard footsteps running quickly before looking through a piece of armor and seeing Adam come from the stairs. What the hell happened up here? He ran over to Jason and I, helping him out. I was covered in armor, so they didn't see me, which shouldn't be that much armor. Little details, little flaws. A chest plate pushed my face into the ground, and I heard Jason and Adam get everyone else untangled. They weren't tangled, they were on top of each other. The sound of a slap was heard, so I assumed Jerome slapped Mitch with the fish. It's good to assume, folks. Wait, where's Ty? I heard Adam ask. A chest plate pushed down harder on my back, and I moaned. Piece by piece, I felt armor getting taken off me. Then fluffy arms pulled me out from under heavy pieces. Shit, I'm so sorry, Ty. I didn't mean to drop the armor on you. Jason helped me up and hugged me. Jason, it's fine. He didn't mean to, I told him. Alright, are you good to go to the end? He asked. My stomach turned a bit. Yeah, I guess, I said. After Jason and I put our armor on, which Jason really only put on boots, which again doesn't make sense because there'd only be 1 set of armor in boots. That wouldn't cover Ty. Sorry. The 3 of us headed down after saying our goodbyes and getting our good lucks. The 3 of us headed down the stairs again to where the end portal was. Adam looked back at us and grinned before jumping in the portal. When he jumped in, purple dust along with some ender sparkles emitted from it. Jason gave a smile that I could just see under his helmet before jumping in with the same results. After he was done, I hesitated. Am I actually ready to do this? If I turn back, would anything happen? I found myself standing there for a moment before... Really? Really? I found myself standing there for a moment before making my decision and slowly throwing myself into the portal. A sickening feeling found its way to me, so I tried my best to push it away. My feet landed softly on the obsidian platform, and... Never mind. And I heard the loud roar of a dragon. Looking up, I pulled back my bow and aimed for the dragon. I made it this far, so I can't... Go away! So I can't turn away now. Enjoying this story? Share it! It's my story! Yay! If you want to read the rest of it and destroy yourselves more, which actually it'd be nice if you read the rest of it, because it gets better the more you go through it. So, shout out to Fairy Tale. Yep. That was me cringing, reading. It wasn't even a good video. I thought it was going to be something better, because when I first was looking at it, I thought, maybe I should record myself reading this. It'll be really cringy. I'll probably fall off my bed or something. No, it was just boring. But I spent, let's see, how many minutes? 20 by now? Yep, 20 and a half minutes of my life. So might as well just post it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the second time in a row I've almost done Jack's outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a second while I recalibrate my outro. That took like literally 2 seconds. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, maybe a comment, and to consider subscribing to my channel to become part of the Kit Kat Parade. Bye bye. Until next time, this is Awesome KK signing out for now. Peace out. And now end it.